You're watching ManUtd VanCam.
This is VanCam, this is VanCam you waited for. No, Steve, don't be trying to put this on me. No, you have to spend 100 quid to get... I just want the hard cash, the £50 that you owe me. How are you doing, everybody? I am Kev Ashford and you are very welcome to this week's edition of the ManUtd VanCam. Hope everybody is well. Did you know that this week it's the big one? We're talking Brookside. We're talking, yeah, calm down. We're talking about some band called the Beatles. Yes, it's ManUtd against Liverpool coming up in this week's show. Saeed hits the big time on Sky Sports News.
By far none. This is the biggest rivalry.
Ed Woodward hits back and tries defending himself. And I show you how to build your biceps with nothing but a bucket full of Harris Fence clips. Okay, so first, Ed Woodward, ManUtd's CEO, has come out this week and staunchly defended himself. He's trying to tell us all what he does as if we didn't already know. We know, Ed, that you've got no basic grasp of football. You're not a football man. We've all come to that conclusion. We all know the crack. You are more interested in getting out there and getting United's name on the next big dildo or whatever they can get their hands on. That's all Ed Woodward is. He's a money man. And what I would say, Ed, he's trying to defend himself. This director of football, do you know what I mean? Try pulling the bastard wool over my eyes. That was about 10 months ago. We were promised the director of football, somebody to work with the first team coach, with the manager, yeah, about bringing in players. What's happened to that? You're not telling me ManUtd, the biggest club in the world, there's not people queuing up and throwing their hat in the ring for a crack, the first director of football at ManUtd, yeah? So what's happened to that? And in other ManUtd news, we had this fella who didn't even know existed. This is Kevin Glaizer. Look at the state of him. Yeah, Kevin, giving us Kevin's a bad name. It's a shit name anyway. But yeah, Kevin Glaizer apparently has decided that he's selling up and he's doing one, which is it good news for ManUtd? You know, are the Glazers starting to realise now that the money machine that ManUtd is, you know, if we don't perform on the pitch, you know, sponsors are going to drop out. We've had the news that Chevrolet are not going to renew their shirt sponsor with ManUtd, which, I mean, to the Glazers, it just gives Ed Woodward another mission to go out and get a killer deal with somebody else. There will be people queuing up for it. Now, will it be the same money as the Chevrolet deal? That remains to be seen whilst United are shit on the pitch. They're not obviously in the Champions League, which is a big thing, but we'll keep a close eye on that one. But yeah, Kevin Glaizer, eh? What a funny looking thing, you know?
I'm getting the word nonce.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, Mr. Baptiste. Took the words out of my mouth. Yes, so it is the big one this weekend, ManUtd against Liverpool. I cannot remember a time that I've gone into one of these games absolutely shitting myself. I'm not going to lie to you. There's no point saying I'm highly confident, I'm going in there, we're going to do them. There's been a lot of fuckery going on in the press this week and they couldn't wait for the likes of Danny Mills to get in the studio and give his combined, you know, United Liverpool 11, which consisted of no ManUtd players, and I can't really pick fault with it. Again, it's just a wake-up call. I mean, I'm trying to get De Gea in that team. Just one player at least, so it's not a clean sweep. But, you know, there's an argument for it all. And, yeah, it just shows us where we're at the minute, man. Liverpool, man for man, are a better team than us. And on Sunday, it's going to be tough. You know, for me, the players have to go out there. As long as they come off that pitch and they're giving absolutely everything. You know, if that's not good enough, then fair enough if Liverpool win. Or a draw. As long as they come off and they've given that absolute, they've run the bollocks off. That's what I'm talking about. But listen, we've got to get straight into this VanCam. There's one place I want to start this week. It's CockStroker of the week. So let's do that. And after that then, we'll do the big VanCam debate. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to do your comments this week. But make sure you stick by the ManUtd VanCam channel. I might have a little ace up my sleeve, as they say. I mean, we've got sleeves on. but I'm hoping to do a live video, so I'm thinking that could be better because people will be able to fire comments at me and I'll be able to help you lot out. So here we go with CockStroker of the week.
CockStroker of the week.
Lads and lasses, welcome to CockStroker of the week. This week I have compiled a top 3, and without further ado, let's get through this shit. Number three obviously is Sky Sports. Why Sky Sports? Because they put Saeed on Sky Sports, and I'm not bitter. I'm not a bitter man. I'm not, but if anything goes to show, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Any kind of publicity, it works. My agent Paul Kelly is always telling me this, man. Anything. I said, what about that story in the field that time with the horses? He said they'd loved it. Do you know what I mean? It propelled you to stardom. I said, I don't think... I was just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. That was my defence anyway. On all charges were dropped. But number 3 has to be Sky Sports because, you know what I mean? I've given Saeed a hard time over the last couple of weeks. And is it a coincidence, do you know what I mean, that Sky Sports then get in touch with him and he's on Sky Sports and now he's the fans' voice of Manchester United? Give me a break, man. I am not bitter, but what I will say is wait until Derby Day, when it's United against City, and if they bring Saeed back out, oh, we know he can quickly change his mind within the matter of minutes. Over a week he'll change his opinion, yeah? So he's been saying that, and I totally agree with him, United-Liverpool is the biggest rivalry, it's the biggest game. So there you go. But if they bring him out for that game, United against City, he'll probably change his opinion then. He'll say, forget about Liverpool, this is the big one. Not bitter. Number 2 this week is a Geordie Scouse dickhead. It is Jordan Henderson. Now, following the racial abuse that the England players faced against Bulgaria, which was really, really bad, and just goes to show how countries like that are still living in the dark ages. Jordan Henderson decided to tweet a picture after it, which was quite compelling. It was a strong message. It was a black player's arm and a white player's arm. It's basically saying, you know, we're together, we're joined together, we're all equal and all that. I get that. That is fine. But the bugbearer for me is that Jordan Henderson did defend Luis Suarez, and whether it was one of the worst decisions that Liverpool ever made. We know that Luis Suarez racially abused Patrice Evra, and basically he come out before that game wearing a Suarez t-shirt. So Liverpool, it was a staunch defence. You know, we're going to stick by our player. Yeah, you're going to stick by a racist, are you? So for that reason, for Jordan Henderson trying to do this after he's already back to racist, you know what I mean? Yeah. And number one this week is, of course, the Bulgaria coach, manager, whatever he is. What an absolute dick. Now, after that farce that was in Bulgaria, all the chants, everybody heard it. If you watched it on the telly, you could hear it. If you watched it back on your phone, if you were listening on the radio, you could hear it. So if you're in the ground, there is no chance that you weren't going to hear it. The racial abuse that was aimed at the England players, you know, it was shocking, man. It's shocking. We're going back to the dinosaur years or the dinosaur era. It's just, there's no place for it in football. There's no place for it in society. So after the match, when the Bulgarian manager says that he didn't hear it, I mean, get yourself to Specsavers, son. No, he doesn't need glasses. They do hearing aids as well. And that is not product placement. I am not bigging up, you know, Specsavers. But he comes out after it in an interview and says, I did not hear it. It's kind of fuckery that Arsene Wenger used to come out with every week. I remember when Patrick Vieira spat at Neil Ruddock in his face. Everybody's seen that. They asked him after the game, what are you going to do with Patrick Vieira? I don't know. You know, he spat in Neil Ruddock's face. Oh, I did not see it. You didn't see it. You're wearing glasses as well. You need to get yourself to Specsavers, you tit. And for that reason, the Bulgaria manager is the CockStroker of the week.
I was concentrated in the game. I didn't actually hear anything.
The CockStroker of the week.
Another week, another shower of cockstrokers. If you want to nominate someone, you can get in touch with me, just send it in, and if it gets a shout out, you get the accreditation for it. Now, if you're wondering why at the start of the show did Robbie Knox and Tubes, formerly of Soccer AM, introduce the show, how did that come about? I am going to explain after the BIG VanCam Debate.
The BIG VanCam Debate.
Can't do it like them bears. This is the Big VanCam Debate. Now, last week's Big VanCam Debate was a very interesting question. I apologised in advance and said that this one is basically going to get you stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, between the fanny and the arse, because nobody wants to be in, you know what I mean? It's no man's land. Nobody wants to be found prodding about there. Right, last week's question was basically if we could guarantee that the Glazers would leave Man United and walk away, would you take relegation? Now, that was the thing that I was trying to throw into the pot, was basically saying the Glazers will go, but United are relegated and go down for a season. There was loads and loads of interaction on this one, and like I said earlier, you know, a lot of people were caught between the rock and the hard place. They were basically, you know, people were sitting up on the fence, I'm sure. But I can tell you from the VanCam community that 58%, so this was very, very close, if you know your mathematics like Big Kev does, that 58%, you know, leaves up another 40-something%. So, yeah, it was close. It was a close one. But what were you in favour of? Would you see United get relegated to get rid of them shower of bastards, the Glazers? 58% said yes. 58% of the VanCam community said they would go through the utter sheer heartbreak of seeing the club that they love relegated to the Championship if it meant we got rid of those parasites, the Glazers, which I thought was a really good question and shows how close it was. There was loads of top comments. Hopefully a few might rattle in here. Yeah, I'm really sorry to do that to you, but it just shows how close it is. Personally, I voted no, because I do not want to see Man United get relegated. But at the same time, I respect anybody that said yes, because a lot of people feel so strongly about the Glazers and that just goes to show it, because there's people prepared to see United go down to get rid of them dickheads. So moving on to this week's Big VanCam Debate. Now, this is something we touched on a couple... I don't know what I do with my hands, man. I've just seen myself back there and I thought, what an absolute dick I look. I'm at it again. Right. Last week's big... No, what am I saying now? Right, a few weeks ago, we touched on Zlatan Ibrahimovic returning to Man United. Now, I didn't actually throw that out there in the poll to you. So what I want to do this week is actually bring that to you. And the suggestion, the speculation that Zlatan would be up for coming back to Man United in January. Could he come back and save us? Could he come back and rejuvenate the dressing room? Get a hold of the likes, them dickheads, you know, the Lingards, the Pogbas. You know, when Zlatan was there, he was king of the changing rooms. And I know he comes with all that bravado and all that shit talk that he comes out with, but it's funny, man, innit? You get Zlatan back in the changing rooms. You know, if Lingard's fucking about on his Instagram or whatever and he's not training hard, Zlatan, you know, he'll say, "I'm Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I will eat your children and piss in your nan's face." That's the first sign of madness, when you start laughing at your own jokes. But you can tell that VanCam is not scripted. Sometimes I do find myself quite funny, and I know that is sad, but we will crack on. So this week's question is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Are you having it? Are you not? Zlatback. Should we call it Zlatback? Hashtag, yeah, why not? We'll call it Zlatback. Simple yes or a no. You have to weigh up all the pros and cons. Personally, I really think this should be a landslide in favour of Zlatan coming back to United. Forget the fact he's 37. Forget the fact that he's ripping it up in the MLS Pub League. Yeah? Zlatan Ibrahimovic can still do it. He's still got it up here. That's all we need. We've got pace in abundance. Martial, Rashford, Lingard. There's no point running around like bellends if you can't put the ball in the net. And the one thing you cannot disagree on is that Zlatan Ibrahimovic knows where the net is. So what are we thinking, the old VanCam community? Get involved, cast your poll. There's a little eye up here, click on that. Yes or no. There is no sitting up on that fence. Don't be a dickhead. Don't be an indecisive dickhead. I've got a friend, Goofy Keith from Shaw Heath, yeah? He couldn't make a decision once, decided to get up, started scrambling up the fence. Next minute, rusty nail hanging out, catches his hairy ball sack on it. Yes, my friends, deadly. Anyway, he didn't make it up the fence, but the whole point of it is you shouldn't be anywhere near it, yeah? And now, when he comes in the pub, they couldn't find the ball, yeah? So he couldn't be put back in. So everybody says, Keithy, he's only got one ball. He gets absolute dog's abuse every time he enters the pub. But he has to live with that and the scar on his ball sack for the fact that he couldn't make a decision. Do you want that? I don't think so. Cast your vote and I'll let you know the vote poll result next week. Cheers.
The Big VanCam Debate.
Make sure you get involved in the Big VanCam Debate and make sure you leave a comment. If you like the video, make sure you like it. If you didn't dislike it, cheerio, don't dislike it. Don't do that shit because you know you're getting a Chinese burn and a Fellaini headbutt straight on that nose of yours. Right, earlier on at the start of the show, Robbie Knox and Tubes, formerly of Soccer AM, did introduce a video by saying, you're watching ManUtd VanCam, and a few people might be thinking, oh, Kev, how did this come about? How did you do that? I'm gonna tell you now, right? Robbie Knox has got a YouTube channel. It really is funny, man. Some people might not find it funny. Well, 60,000 subscribers suggest that it is good. Basically, one of the most recent videos or whatever is My Amazing Life, it's called. He starts by saying he's met rock stars, he's been backstage and all this shit. The next minute, he's taking you to the tip with him. He's filming himself going to the tip. That's the kind of shit that I like. It's funny, man. He's basically taking the piss out of YouTubers and all that, but check it out if not. So this one particular night, he was doing a live stream, his first live stream. He's got Tubes round and they're cooking meatballs or something. So they're filming it. It's like 2 hours long it went on for, but the amount of people that were giving him super chat donations was off the scale. You think I'm good? I mean, this was in another league, man. Somebody give him £99 and 99p just to say, you know, love the show and all that. I was like, what? Couple of £50. I reckon he made about £1,000 off that video. Fair play to them anyway. So this is where I come in. So I'm watching it and they're reading out every single super chat. Somebody even said, Robbie, I've heard you got a big schlong, and he read it out. So I'm thinking, I'm going to do my first ever super chat. I've never done it before, but it needs to be something for VanCam. I need to reinvest it. It's like marketing or something. So basically, I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, right, £1.99. Can I get in what I want to say? So I put in, basically, can you shout out, you're watching ManUtd VanCam?
ManUtd VanCam has given £1.99. Say, please shout you're watching ManUtd VanCam. I think he wants us to do this for ManUtd VanCam. I don't mind that. I'm not.
Maybe you can do that.
So Robbie's on board with it. He knows what's going on. Tubes, on the other hand, bit apprehensive, you know what I mean? He's like, I'm a Chelsea fan and all that.
For ManUtd VanCam. I don't mind that. I'm not.
Maybe you can do that.
You don't want to do it?
What is it?
He wants to say you're watching ManUtd VanCam. I reckon he's going to put it on his ManUtd VanCam channel.
But I'm a Chelsea fan.
Well,
So after refusing to do it, about 10 seconds later, Tubes feels bad about it. So then the next minute I'm watching it and he's like, I feel bad about that VanCam thing now. So then Robbie's like, should we both do it together? And I'm thinking, holy moly. So they both did it together.
it's almost time to put your balls in the oven.
I feel bad about that VanCam now. Maybe I should...
Well, what do you do it as well? Let's do it together. Because it's not bad. We're not saying
It's not like
it's not a problem.
No, I don't mind that. Just...
Yeah. Let's do it together.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
You're
watching ManUtd VanCam.
And then they both burst out laughing and basically they're like, I hope it is ManUtd VanCam and it's not some like Nazi thing, which...
I hope ManUtd VanCam is like a
That's
VanCam.
what I mean, it could be anything.
Oh, it could be like some horrific Nazi thing, couldn't it? Or something like that. And they've got us on the idea.
So there you go. There's my shit story of the week of how I got them two to say you're watching ManUtd VanCam. Said to the wife the other night, man, I said, that is the best £1.99 I've ever spent. Probably the best $1.99 I'll ever spend. And I'm pretty happy with that. I'm reinvesting in VanCam. It's marketing. And now I've got a little clip that I can put at the start, you know, and it's them two. And I'm chuffed with that, man. That was when Soccer AM was good, when them two were on it. It's gone a bit shit now, so I don't watch it. But that is the end of this week's show. I know what you're thinking, Kev. You usually go on for about half an hour or whatever. I might be going live, so just keep an eye on the old YouTube. Make sure that the notification bell is turned on. This week, it is dirty, rotten, bin dipping, bastards from the other side of the M62. I think it's that way, I think it is. And if Alan the Cat's watching, go easy on us, sunshine. Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan and all that. But yeah, there's loads of Liverpool fans now that are watching this, and that's good. Some people are saying, you're my favourite mank. I think that's what they said anyway. Yeah. Anyway, all that we can ask for on Sunday is pride, passion, and let's give it a go to an extent. We certainly can't go toe-to-toe with them. It would be so naive for Solskjaer to set up the team and go, let's just go at them, because we're not good enough. We are not good enough to do that against Liverpool. Liverpool are flying. Could we beat them? Of course we could beat them. Anything could happen. Yeah, David De Gea out injured is a blow. But I said to my mate Lee the other day, I said, listen, there's worse injuries that we could have in that team against Liverpool, and the main man being, for me, Harry Maguire. I'd rather have De Gea out than Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire's going to be busy. Romero is a great backup keeper. He's never let us down. You know, yeah, he's going to be busy, but he's got to earn his dough somehow, hasn't he? He can't just be sat on that bench getting splinters on his ass, up his ass, in his ass, whatever. Don't know. But I'll tell you one thing, man. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for all last week's Super Chats. Forgot to say at the start, but they should come up. I appreciate every single thing that everybody does, especially the Super Chats, because it's getting reinvested back into VanCam now. I'm starting to give people Super Chats, so never thought the day would come, but it has. For United on Sunday at Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? This is more than a game. This is war. Come on, United! I said your love, keep on lifting me higher and higher. Thanks very much for watching the video. You can also follow me on these other social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, plenty of fish. Oh yeah! Thanks to everybody who gets involved, comments, likes, shares, subscribes. Subscribing is the main thing. It costs you nothing, and why wouldn't you want to do it? This is ManUtd VanCam.